Come and join the gathering on Equilarium FM for inspired conversation and guidance to lighten and brighten your day. Claire Johnson has gatherings around her kitchen table with a group of interesting and vibrant guests who are professionals from all fields of the healing arts. Real people integrating spirituality into everyday reality. Laughter and joy are two of the main dishes served at her table. And now, here is your host, Claire Johnson, raising vibrations across the nations, inspiring you to become all that you can be.
Hello, and welcome to this, show 14 on 22nd of July. Today, the gathering around our kitchen table was in fact a gathering around Gill's kitchen table, the wonderful Gill Orsman.
Hello, Claire.
You're our hostess for today.
I am your hostess for today.
Hostess with the mostess.
Thank you.
And around the kitchen table, we also have our beautiful soul sister, Anita Young.
Hello.
Hello, Anita.
Hello.
So today we're experiencing the power of three, because sadly our beautiful soul sister Josephine cannot be with us. But hello, Josephina.
Yes, we love you, Josephina.
We've just connected
missed
with you on the heart level, honey.
So today, around Gill's kitchen table, the Real Holistic Housewives, we've been discussing 22, the master number, and the number 14, which is the number of the scribe. So we're going to be venturing out into the far reaches of the cosmos to see what special influences the mighty planet Pluto brings for us at this, the midpoint through the year. Plus, being a scribe for the Master Thoth, I will be reading some very powerful pieces of my latest written guidance to help lighten and brighten your day.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so...
and then some happened today, but we're going to share a bit more of that later.
Yeah, that will be coming a bit later.
Wow.
But today is the 22nd, which is master number, as we said, and we actually launched our first show of Equilarium FM, our fabulous new manifestation, on the 22nd. And Gill, do you want to tell us a bit about the 22?
Yeah, I feel like it's come sort of full circle, actually. It feels like everything's spiralling upwards. It's like we've come round full circle, but it's coming up to a much higher vibration now. So, and what I read out on that show was, it was this: it is often called the master builder. The 22 can turn the most ambitious of dreams into reality. It is potentially the most successful of all numbers. It has many of the inspirational insights of the 11, combined with the practicality and methodical nature of the 4.
There you go. So, today is...
Dreams into reality, the most potential.
There you go.
Liking that one.
Yeah, today's my father-in-law's 80th birthday.
Oh,
that's quite an achievement, isn't it?
Oh,
to be an octogenarian. Yeah,
What's
Alan
his name?
Johnson. Alan Johnson.
Happy birthday to Alan Johnson.
And all the other octogenarians out there.
Yes.
What a sense of achievement, hey?
Yeah, fabulous.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So this is show 14. There's no distinction from one season to the next, but there is for us. And as show 14 is quite important and significant because we've got the mighty Pluto, as I said, into our consciousness and awareness, because we've had the new photographs just arrive back from the first ever photographs of spectacular resolution photographs of Pluto's have been released for the first time ever. And on the very same day that we saw Pluto for the first time in great detail, Mercury joined with Mars, the Sun and Moon in Cancer in direct opposition to Pluto, and Mars and Mercury did this conjunction, which is a joining together, was exactly at 14 degrees on that day, and Pluto was also at 14 degrees, so these planets were precisely opposite each other. And the number 14 symbolises the scribe, in other words, media, publicity, communication. This is all from the Numerologist, which is a wonderful, informative newsletter that I receive. And the scribe, well, often I've described myself as being a scribe for the mighty Thoth. But as you said, I've now got to own it more than it's not just a scribe.
It's like you're one and the same. You embody that energy. But when you first started, you were the scribe, but now it's time to stand up to the energy that you really are.
Yeah, I think you're right, but it's taken me 25 years of being a scribe To just think, well, I just take dictation. That's how I always saw it. I was always called myself a reluctant psychic, that all I did was take dictation. But, you know, my journey is become about my own evolution and my own path to enlightenment. And you're right. So now I can own it a bit more than that and just say that I channel it because I can become at one with it.
And some of the stories that you can share later. Wow, of some of the things that have happened to you that we've been showing around the kitchen table today.
More madness.
You've had to grow into it, haven't you? You've had
Definitely
to grow into it and own it as well. So it's coming into its own now.
And I think there's a reason as well, because if we downloaded everything, it would be too much for us, and I think it would blow our systems actually.
Yeah.
So it's like you say, Claire, incremental growth, incremental steps that just open you up to more of who you really are.
Yeah.
And that's the purpose of life, maybe.
Yeah, and that's all that's expected of anybody at any time, is whatever growth steps you can take. Do you know what I mean? And be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
You know, as we unfold like a delicate flower, like, you know, the lotus of wisdom with the Buddhists, you've got to give it time to evolve. The temptation is to get out there. I mean, I've got a beautiful rose come out today in full bloom, whereas yesterday it was just starting, and you think, oh, I could just peel those petals back a bit and get it out and smell it. And I think, no, wait in the fullness of time, you know, with the right golden light and warmth, and then it just opens and unfolds. And that's what it's like, you know, for individuals to find your own path, I think.
And not being attached to any outcome, because this is when the mind becomes involved and has attachments to outcomes and the way things should be, then we interfere with the naturalness and the natural blossoming of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So with this Pluto and Mars and Mercury all at 14 degrees, and today being show 14, as I said, and the Sun and the Moon at 23 degrees, we have both numbers 14 and 23 adding up to the number 5. And 5 is what a shift in consciousness, hey? Your heart and mind is expanding and opening up to new opportunities in ways you cannot have imagined before now. So the message from the wonderful Tanya, who writes this for the numerologist.com, is to take these next few weeks to live each moment as if it were the only moment that mattered, to risk it all for joy and to live without guilt.
God,
And that-
about transformation.
Yeah. I think living without guilt is a big thing to ask for a lot of us to do. And so it says, you know, we need to forgive, to love, accept, and see the beauty of life in everything and everyone. 5 is about making a choice. So choose ecstasy over complacency, which is a wonderful thing.
I saw the word choice. It's very interesting driving down to pick you up, Claire, to come here today. So there's a truck and it's got chrome, and it's spelled Krone. So I saw that twice, and I see that every time that we meet up on a Wednesday. And then I saw the word choice, and you think, wow, okay.
Choose to be a crone.
And also choose the ecstasy, choose the joy, choose the freedom, choose the love, choose all those high vibrational states of being.
Over the lower ones.
Absolutely.
And that's interesting, because you said we've had really challenging times. All of us as a friend group, and we know that it's far more than that. It's an actual energetic.
It's affecting everybody, isn't it?
Happening on the planet right now. And it's very easy to get lost in it, isn't it? Disconnected. I mean, we've all been exhausted.
Yeah, for all different reasons. I mean, you know, you've just moved house. So you've gone through a colossal thing recently.
Yeah.
But even as a group, because we carry a very powerful, potent soul energy when we all come together.
Yeah.
And I felt disconnected from that recently, as I hear you did, Gill, and so that is the energies that you've channeled a bit about that, haven't you?
Yeah.
About those energies.
Yeah, I have.
Which you're going to read. Are you going to read it now?
Yes. Well, I'll read this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this came on the 16th. So if you'd just like to close your eyes, if you're not driving, of course, I hasten to add, or operating heavy machinery.
Heavy machinery, yeah.
Okay, then, yes, just breathe this in. Heaven's gates are calling, but not for you all to go rushing in and to leave this earthly realm, but to get on and bring the vital energy and vibration down onto the planet that only usually resides there within. 'Tis well and truly time to bring the divine love and healing harmony and understanding down upon the earth, for it will benefit and enhance the lives of all living things, as well as the equilibrium of the planet as a whole. Mother Earth is a living thing of the largest scale, and she is in need of heavenly help to heal her bleeding heart and her devastated, excavated lands. She has been somewhat abused, and used in the most uncaring and unconscious of ways. Her minerals and her ores have been ripped from her core, and her rivers and seas have been polluted. Her oceans need cleaning, and her wildlife needs time and space to recover. Rivers have been dammed, and mountains have been blasted. Many creatures and habitats have become extinct and disappeared completely from the face of the earth. 'Tis time to take action and use the laws of attraction and all other methods possible to become the creators of positive change that you can all become. Decide to be a responsible human being and act consciously to aid and assist the restoration, reforestation, and reharmonization by raising the vibrations across all the nations. 'Tis time to step up your game in the name of sustaining life in all its beauty and all its glorious variety. Do what you can to help your fellow man and to improve the mind, body, and spirit of humanity. If you can share your ideas and your ambitions, your aims and ideals, then anyone else that feels it's the right thing to do to support and help you can join in and share your goal. Share your vision, share your mission to restore peace and harmony with love and understanding. Then the powers that be will provide the prosperity and funding, the right circumstance and favourable situations that will enable you to effect the greatest changes ever, to give Equilarium its birth and bring heavenly harmonic vibrations to earth.
Oh, that is wonderful. I think what we'll do after the break is really just drill down literally into Equilarium, the project, and just tell the listeners what this is all about, because we're really taking it up again now, aren't we? We are.
It's coming.
It is coming. So we'll share that after the break, and
there's a little food for thought.
Food for thought, yeah.
Bringing you the best of the conscious minds in the world. OMTimes Radio, your conscious lifestyle on steroids.
Matt Connerton here. Join Jen Coffey and I twice a week for Matt Connerton Unleashed, a political talk show that's a little different than what you're used to. No liberal or conservative agenda here, just an honest dialogue about truth and how things really work in the world of politics. Matt Connerton Unleashed, every Tuesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio.
Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community. Have you ever wondered how to change your love paradigm? The secret key is finding a love partnership, not just a regular connection. How do you find these? Through conscious relationships. Ascending Hearts Dating is a dating site for people like you that believes in second chances and a different type of spiritual connection. Try Ascending Hearts for free today at ascendinghearts.com and change your love paradigm. Ascending Hearts, the premier dating community for the spiritually awake.
Do you have time to read that inspiring book or that blog post you've been meaning to get to? In your busy world, how do you improve yourself and keep your life going? I'm Lisa Kay, and my Between Heaven and Earth radio show can transform your life just by listening. Be uplifted with inspiring topics, positive stories, and ideas that really work. Between Heaven and Earth radio is conscious living for your soul, every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
The future of Internet radio is here. OMTimes Radio, IOM FM.
Okay, welcome back. So we're just going to talk about Equilarium, the project, why we've called the show Equilarium. So I'm going to hand you over to Claire and just tell us a little bit about what this amazing project is all about.
Okay, well, Equilarium is a visionary project to build a state-of-the-art, high-vibration, holistic healing centre that is designed to heal the planet as well as the mind, body and spirit of humanity. It has a very specific destination and point of healing where it wants to be, which is in Northern California. It wants to be built on sacred ground, on the volatile and geo-stressed weak point of the planet, where the plate tectonics meet, the place where it's needed most to deliver harmonious healing energy and vibration, to help counteract and readdress the discordant, disruptive energy on the San Andreas fault line. Equilarium is going to be an amazing new type of architectural earth acupuncture, designed and built using sacred geometry to put good, positive healing vibrations back into the planet. It's going to be a type of empowerment centre to instruct and ignite the hope and self-worth of current and future generations, by working with and teaching the incredible healing power and importance of living in high vibrations. As you know, we're on a very strong curve of our global awakening, and everyone is experiencing great changes as the whole paradigm of our world is shifting. We have to actively take action to become conscious citizens of the planet, and not just as inhabitants of our individual states or countries. It should be our united legacy to do whatever we can all do for future generations and the survival of the planet as a healthy, vibrant, pleasant land. We will be looking to provide as much information and education, positive support and guidance to inspire and empower all individuals to understand their own energy and how best to use it for the collective common good.
Fantastic.
And helping them raise their vibrations.
Yep, so we will be helping individuals raise their vibrations. It'll be a really mighty centre of education on every level, which is a very exciting idea.
I think it's the sole group project that we've been born to live this lifetime.
Yeah.
And not just us,
No.
others too.
Yeah, plenty of others.
And this was a vision you had, over 17 years
Over
ago?
17 years ago. The time is right now. It wants to come to the fore. And as you say, once we start getting onto the project, start talking about it, the energy just grows and grows and grows.
Yeah.
And 17 years ago, it was a bit avant-garde. So it was a bit before its own time, because now there's things like The Beautiful, OMTimes magazine, and there's other medias out there who are talking in metaphysics and spiritual issues and ideals that nobody even spoke about. So it was, as I said, it was a bit ahead of its time. It was ahead of its time. Whereas now, I mean, even this week, there's a wonderful article in the OMTimes magazine by Kimberly Palm, which is, Do You Know Your Energetic Vibration? People are talking about vibrations. People have a better understanding of what vibrations are. So to be building a high vibration healing centre needs more of a worldly understanding of what your vibrations are about. So anybody can go to this article from Kimberly Palm, as I said, and I'll refer to a small bit of it just for information point of view, because everybody on Earth, including the Earth itself, are made of energy, and the Earth vibrates at the 5 to 8 megahertz, which we're so often talking about here, which is the love vibration, is the heart frequency on the solfeggio scale, one of our favourite topics, which is the vibration of peace and love. And John Lennon notoriously recorded his song Imagine in 5 to 8 megahertz for this very reason.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Look at the impact that's had around the world.
Absolutely.
It's timeless.
And it's so real because just before we came on air, Jill, you've got a beautiful CD, and immediately I can feel the energy of it, and that vibrates at 5 to 8 hertz, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's all about the healing codes,
beautiful.
the lost healing codes.
Yeah. Because it says humans who have energetic vibration of 500 megahertz and over are vibrating at the frequency of love. And when we have an energetic vibration below 500 megahertz, it's due to negative thoughts and behaviour as well as fear. So low energetic vibration can cause sickness in the body, mind and spirit. And you know all about that, Anita.
Yeah, so I work with energy and very tuned into energy, and I love this subject. And you can determine what your own vibration is by using the sway test or kinesiology, and you can ask. And one time I think I was in Jason Chan's. He's a spiritual master, and he does Qigong and Tai Chi, infinite Tai Chi. And I'm sure he calibrated Barack Obama's vibration, and I'm sure it was up in the 400s. the upper echelons of the 400s. So we can actually calibrate our own vibrations and what we're vibrating at any given moment using the body, which is quite cool. And then you can do your spiritual practice and then see over time if that's affected your vibration.
Yeah, because there's actually many ways that you can increase your own vibration. So, as you say, Equilarium will be there to help on all different levels for mind, body, spirit. But even straight away, there's ways that you can improve your own vibration to be healthy and happy. You need to take steps to eliminate and protect yourself from things, people and events that lower your vibration. It's equally essential to do things that raise your energetic vibration. So as I said, in this article by Kimberly, there's 13 things that lower your energetic vibration and what you can do about them. And then I think there's something like 18 of good things that can raise your energetic vibrations. Good vibrations. So there's access to it these days for everyone to get out there. And like we know, we started on many shows talking about you need to exercise, it's about diet, it's about healthy thoughts, meditation.
And giving, I think one of her first exercises is to give and receive love and kindness on a daily basis. And that helps your vibration raise. And what's your thoughts and attitudes? And choose to be in the joy, the bliss, the love, the understanding, the forgiveness. Yeah. Those qualities that keep your own vibration high.
Yeah, and one of those things is actually eating the right food, isn't it? As you say, there's a mighty piece from Thoth coming up.
I've changed this week. I'm asking my body, what would you like to eat? Because I started putting on a bit of weight and not feeling very good in my body. And now I'm asking the body, what would you like? Yeah, and the body tells me I'd like a salad, or I'd like a this, or I'd like a that. But it's all beautiful, healthy food. Yeah.
So if you eat a high vibration diet, it's a very healthy, anti-inflammatory diet with mostly vegetables, fruits, and proteins.
And natural foods, isn't it?
Yeah. And then practice meditation. Do some type of yoga, qigong, or tai chi as much as possible. Exercise daily. Get good sleep. So these things that basic things, but everyone can start to do to raise your own vibrations. And stop watching such negative programs, listening to negative gossip, watching, people arguing and fighting.
What, reality shows?
Yeah.
But that's quite interesting because growing up, we were the Coronation Street culture.
Oh, yes.
Now, but my family still watch it, and I'm like, you don't watch that. I couldn't watch that for love nor money now. EastEnders, that's it. But we were all into those. And I think there's still many people not dissing any of this.
My dear mummies.
Yeah, but what we watch affects our vibrations.
There's some, the ones that the younger generation are watching. I mean, my daughter watches things that, we come in and we're just like, oh my God, turn that off. Yeah. It's just people,
it has become the norm.
Drunk and
culture,
drugged up and out of control, just having sex all over the place. And it's just that's entertainment. And apparently it is these days, but it's just not nice. It's low level. It's
and it's understanding how it affects your own vibration. It's understanding that then the understanding would breed a different choice, wouldn't it?
I mean, it'd be great if they just got this into schools at a much earlier age. I mean, we were never taught about vibration.
Of course we not. That's the thing. So from 17 years ago till now, we were even having this conversation about vibrations and people understanding the emotions of vibrations and that every thought is a vibration.
Yeah. So much coming out about it, even to do with the whole cymatics and everything, to do with how sound and affects. You've just got to put it in on YouTube and just to see these little movies about how sound can just change into these incredible
affect the DNA in your body and rebuild the DNA in your body. So this is what Equilarium is going to be a centre using all of this. I was going to say it's modern technology, but it's not. It's ancient wisdom. It's ancient wisdom. So we're reaching way back into the annals of time to find the information that's going to be taught, because it's the resonance of human beings. It's the resonance of the planet. I mean, it's a piece that I haven't even read yet. I'm going to read this after the next break, which talks about the Earth being the biggest living thing, and it is. It's a living thing. So we've all got to understand our own vibrations. And so Equilarium will be built to
take responsibility now for our own vibrations. This kind of thinking that I think this is one of your teachings as well. That with your head in the sand. No, now it's time to own it and make conscious choices. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. We're waking up. Right. People are waking up. We're here to help wake up people.
And that we're not just living here for ourselves. There's been long enough where people are living for the personal gain. but to understand that that's very short-lived if you're not putting out good vibes to everybody else, if you're not empowering other people.
And
it's very
having an open
short-lived.
heart, that connects on that heart level.
Yeah, it is. It's what comes from a heart space.
I think the more people you're talking to about equilibrium, the more people are just waking up to. It's interesting, isn't it? Just talking about project people. It's like there's like an invisible sort of, like a light bulb moment
Yes.
for some people. We've got a fantastic story that we'll share after the break. Something that happened today that
Around your kitchen
around
table.
my kitchen table that I couldn't possibly have predicted.
No, none of us could have done.
But we will share that, and just because it's just been.
Because it's about believing magic.
It is magic. We've had a very magical lunchtime today, haven't we?
Yeah, and this project is very guided because it's meant to come. It's a beacon of hope to humanity and to all of us. I mean, my goodness, there's some darkness and despair around. And all the news, if you listen to the news, it's just bad news. You're bombarded with bad news.
It's not exactly news, is it? It should be called depression or something, not news.
Your chance to tap into depression.
Yes. Tune into this frequency or don't. The choice is yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But if you want an alternative, well, you're already tuning into OMTimes Radio, which is good choice. Very good choice.
Very good choice.
Because you won't hear anything negative and downbeat around here.
No.
Because we're all about raising the vibrations. Absolutely. Had a lot of laughter and joy around your kitchen table.
Oh, we have.
But also, it gives you an understanding of the bigger picture of why things happen, and not to get so caught in your tunnel vision and in the victim role that things aren't working for you in your own world. I mean, as you said, this week, all of us have had complicated, difficult things happening where you can take it personally and just think, oh my God, my life's not working. What's wrong with my life? And then you can take a step back and get the bigger picture and see, oh, that's the same for everybody.
It's
that
having
energetic
the trust.
influence takes it to a bigger space, and then you feel less victimised, and you can feel more compassion to other people around you. You just think, oh, if this is a general thing, whoa. Then you give that person a bit more patience in the queue, because they're obviously going through the same stuff.
Staying in the heart.
Oh, so after the break, you're going to read us a very an interesting piece of writing, which is very valid, isn't it?
I will do indeed.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Radio Namaste leads you down the yellow brick road into portals of consciousness with the blue collar goddess as your host. Interviews with humans who could be famous or just popular, and answers to everything are on the agenda. Tune into OMTimes Radio and drop in on Thursdays at 3 Eastern. It's a different brand of enlightenment.
Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network. The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
The truth is, you can't change the world if you're broke. I know, I've tried. Isn't it time you turned your life's calling into a profitable, freedom-based business? I'm Michelle Barr. Join me every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern for Sacred Success.
Your conscious lifestyle on steroids. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Okay, so welcome back. We're going to share something very interesting with you in a minute. But Claire, there's quite a meaty bit of writing you want to read out, don't you? It's quite a big piece. This is relevant, isn't it?
It is. It's very relevant.
Always is.
As per usual.
As per usual.
So again, if you'd like to sit down and take a moment to let these words flow over
Yeah,
you.
really take this
Yeah.
one in. Yeah.
Do you want to talk the readers into a little?
Yeah, so just take a moment for yourself, take a breath. We'd invite you to close your eyes if you'd like to, and just drop down into your heart space and listen through your heart.
You are right to let your imagination run free, to see what could possibly be. Do not stop your chain of thought or conform to what you have been taught is the right way or time frame for anything to be done, for that limiting old way of thinking has no idea of what is set to come. Visionary things are about to materialize out of clear blue skies right before your very eyes. There is pure magic at play, and so who can say what or when or how these magnificent happenings will occur? Who can possibly know how or when they will come to pass? For they are not given to the usual run-of-the-mill restrictions and conditions, for they are from beyond the beyond and are a law unto themselves. Trust that your ideas are guided and supported. Believe in yourselves and your own abilities to make changes and adapt to variations in your current reality. Be the creators you know yourselves to be. Actively form your futures instead of passively passing your present. Live with a vested interest in the future of yourselves and the whole world, not just as a victim of your fate and your ego's limited comfort zone. Dare to think big, big, bigger, and dare to go there. Pursue a thing unto its end, my friend, and the whole world will benefit from your bigger picture. Delicately raise the sinking heart of humanity. Give hope to as many people as possible, for there is a lot of dark depression and despair everywhere. People have become so disconnected from source, from any sense of what is right and good for them or their environment, by having to focus so strongly on the art of survival. They have thus far been sadly misled, been overfed poor foods with damaging effects that cut them off from any natural sense of knowing. They continue to exist, to function, as it were, at the lowest of all lows. They have no aims or objectives other than instant gratification, intoxication, obliteration. People are so often trapped in their own isolation and know not how to return to a sense of belonging. Helping to raise the vibrations of individual souls helps them to become more centered in their own hearts, which is a brilliant place to start. But to raise vibrations across the nations is an even greater aim to achieve. Think of the relief you can give by setting more individuals on the right path to connecting with their own hearts, as well as to the hearts and minds of their fellow beings, as well as to the soul of the earth and the source in the sky. Lift their vibrations high, high, high. 'Tis indeed time to step up the game, for the next level is ready to begin. Speak your truth, be your truth, and thy will be done. For the time is right now, for heavenly healing to come to earth. 'Tis time indeed to give Equilarium its birth. Share your vision, for it will find its mark. People will be ready and waiting to help with its creation, for 'tis a universal request that it be built by every nation.
When did that come through?
That came through on the 17th, I think.
17th, is it?
Oh, on the 19th.
19th.
There is so much in there isn't there?
Yeah.
There's so much that you could talk about in that one piece. For me, there's like four things that I'd love to chat about. But what an amazing surprise at lunch today with somebody we met.
Coming out of the clear blue skies.
Coming out of the clear blue skies. Gill Orsman.
Yes, yeah. No, I mean, really finding that I'm listening to my guidance of connecting people. I'm definitely a connector of people, and I have one of the most amazing neighbours here. Beautiful guy called Kevin, and he's very rarely around. And I just got today that, I'm going to see if Kevin's free, if he could come for lunch. And blow me, he did. And he's now met Claire, and now knows about Equilarium in a way that he wouldn't possibly have known about. But Claire, let's hear it from you. What did you make of your meeting with
guest
Kevin
on the
today?
show, isn't
He's
he?
definitely going to be a guest on the show.
He was blown away. Talk about, in this writing, there was a piece that said, these guys are ready. Mm-hmm. And when you meet them, they're on board straight away. Well, Kevin didn't know what hit him, did he?
No, he didn't.
He, as far as I understood, Claire, you just got the instinct and said, I've got to go and touch you. Not like that way, no. And so you put your hand on his, and he was just, he's going to come on the show and talk about it, what he experienced, because this is a very level-headed guy that's at the top of his profession, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was blown away, wasn't he, Claire?
Yeah, because he just got that total sense of connection, that oneness of understanding exactly what Equilarium is about, and he could suddenly see the whole vision of what it was going to do, and the healing that it's bringing to the planet, and the success that it's going to be, and the support it's going to gain from the powers in be.
But it was like you and him became one, and it was like he didn't need to finish the sentence because you did, or you didn't need to finish the sentence because he did. And I think that connection, in his own words, I've never experienced anything like this before. And so that's how it's going to be. The people are just going to be plonked in, and hey presto.
Yeah. See, what's really beautiful about his situation is he's going to be finishing his lifelong career 3 years sooner than he ever thought he was. So he's going to be freed up by this time next year. And I said to him, do you know what? I think there's going to be a different role for you. I know you think you're coming into retirement, but you're not.
No.
You're just reaching the top of your game in order for you to come in at that level to start creating from a different level. And I think he really got that today, and it has completely blown him away. It was just so wonderful to witness that. Anita and I just witnessed that today.
We were just in awe, like, oh wow, this is so cool.
You can't write the script for this stuff.
You can't. So now, we would originate that piece on the way over, and we're saying, like, out of clear blue skies, magical things are going to happen out of clear blue skies. And we're thinking, oh, that'll be nice, just in the abstract, not knowing that, an hour later we'd be at lunch having suddenly a major key player on board who can, articulate all the metaphysics, the quantum physics, everything that he understood completely, what the building's going to be doing with the planet. And there's a lot that this Equilarium is going to be functioning on, as above, so below. So the building on the surface will be taking care of the mind, body and spirit of humanity, but the building itself will be taking care of the planet and of the physics and the metaphysics of the planet. And he understands all of that as well. So it was brilliant. He just got total understanding of it and was just like, okay, now he can come on board. It's another heavyweight player. So, every week it is rolling like a snowball and it's coming together.
But it wouldn't have happened.
No. See, absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is what we were going to say.
Yeah.
That also, we've all been having this, experiencing this feelings of isolation, disconnect. As you say, I've just moved house recently, as you're all aware. But we've now been in our new home for 20 days and we've had no internet connection. And considering I run an internet radio show, that's been pretty devastational.
Quite challenging.
So, quite challenging. So we used to be in control, and there's 4 members of our family, and of course we all just use the internet like anybody else does. We have television programs, Netflix, things that need broadband. So everything has been interrupted, and it's been very frustrating for 20 days. It's just like, oh my God, we've got to wait even another 8 days for a better connection to come. And it's like, well, what is this all about? Oh my God, my life's not working. It's not working in our world. Then we get here, and the whole show wouldn't be happening here if it wasn't for the fact we don't have broadband.
True.
So we're having it here, and then Kevin happen to be free today, and so you've invited us to come for lunch, and so you can step back and have this overview and see, whoa, the bigger picture is let go of the frustration of not having broadband, because it was what was necessary to align these two things to happen, so that Kevin could be here right at that moment where I got to deliver what Equilarium is and to give him the information and the download so that he could connect and be on board.
Yeah,
and so you can see.
Yeah, because I do believe he's a key player.
I think he is too. But
I think we know, and he knows.
Yeah.
I think there's a knowing. There's no belief in this.
Wish I could have filmed that.
Socks blown off.
It was,
But it gave me an instant understanding of the sort of silly level of being frustrated, and the whole family's been frustrated at this just inconvenience. And then if you can get this overview and you see the bigger picture, is you just have to trust that everything is happening as it's meant to, because there's lessons in there and opportunities that we don't necessarily see. And you've got a wonderful piece.
I've written a poem that's it's a download as a free ebook on my website, but there's a poem that comes to mind called Silver Linings, and it's all about that, where we would jump in and judge something as not good for us because the mind would judge it as not good, but the soul knows exactly why this is happening. And so I just remember a couple of lines from that poem, which is, be still and seek out the silver lining. So when all seems bad and all seems off timing, be still and seek out the silver lining.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Beautiful piece.
Yeah. So therein is the lesson, is to, as you say, Claire, sit in trust and knowing that somewhere in this, grace is doing its job for your own betterment, regardless, without exception.
So to think from the heart, not with the mind, because the mind is judging it, as you say, whether it works or doesn't, and it's giving you, negative feedback. The heart knows if you can sit in trust. Given time, you'll be able to see the bigger picture of how things happened.
And that's the challenge. That's the challenge right now for everybody with this discord that Thoth's teachings are saying, is to sit in trust, look for the positive vibrations and stay there and focus on the positive, because even better is coming.
And after the break, I've got another piece, actually. Another one I wrote last night, which will help explain all about that as well.
Fabulous.
The cutting edge of conscious radio. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
If you've ever said, I do want it all. I do want happiness. I do want love. And I do desire the happily ever after fairy tale life, then this show is for you. Join me, Dame Nicole Brandon, for my internationally acclaimed show, Bridal Talk Radio, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, where I'll bring you the top experts in the fields of communication, money, relationships, finance, pleasure, play, travel, sexuality, parenting, real estate, adventure, comfort, care, passion, and love.
Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community. Simone Milasas would like you to know that business can be fun, which is why she wrote the book, Joy of Business. What if you could have the joy of business rather than the stress and struggle? Most of the time, the only thing stopping you from a thriving business is you. In the Joy of Business book, Simone gives you access consciousness tools and pragmatic ways to get out of your own way and to create the business, life, and living you know is possible and beyond what this reality says is achievable. Business is joy. It's creation. It's generative. It can be the adventure of living. You can purchase your copy of the book through Amazon or Joy of Business website, www.accessjoyofbusiness.com.
Hi, this is Angela Levesque, host of Entanglement Radio. Join me Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern for inspiring conversations with visionaries in spiritual science and conscious healing. Entanglement Radio, Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern. Transcendent talk for the conscious mind.
Free your mind. Expand your soul. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Okay, so welcome back. So Claire, you've had a mighty download last night.
I did, actually, yeah.
So you're
Hot
going
off the
to
press.
hot off the press.
Just
So
one
here's
of the many mighty
here's the
downloads.
latest
Absolutely.
Thoth's teachings. Over to you.
Right. So, again, if you can close your eyes, if you can, and just take a moment to let these words sit into you. Transition is the name of the game. So have patience so this process can occur. You are all experiencing a shift in your circumstances, energy, and reality. Your emotional, your orientation may well be affected and your connections be lost. If it is a question of realignment and attunement to the next higher vibration and frequency that is required. Be patient with the process, for you are all going through the same shift as individuals and as living creatures and beings upon the earth as a whole. Mother Earth is raising her own vibration for her personal evolution and survival, and as a result, all sentient beings are being required to do the same. It is like retuning your radio station to get the clearest signal from the source. Sometimes you get crazy, weird noises and discordant sounds as you shift from one frequency to the next until you find what you're looking for. The times you are all living in will be feeling much the same, but fear not, you will find the right new frequency in time and all will be well again. Better and clearer than before, with sweeter sounds and melodies, harmonies and tunes than you have ever heard before. Don't get lost in the chaotic white noise. Stay focused on the positive and understand that the chaos will not be long-lasting, that the fractious energy around will be passing as you move onto a smoother wavelength, a happier, higher vibration that you will be in harmony with, one that will help you all to heal and to thrive, whereas the lower frequency only helped you to survive. 'Tis of vital importance that you stay focused in a positive fashion. Tune into your heart and trust that balance will be restored and your equilibrium be returned to its highest, healthiest state of being. All will be well and right, all will be well and good, but adjustments might have to be made by many people so they can become the best they possibly could. Refinement of personal energetic patterns and behaviours, thoughts and feelings, ravings and cravings might well have to be addressed and replaced with more healthy choices, calmer, more caring voices, greater capacities to forgive and consider other people's feelings and welfare. This raising of vibrations is going to be more difficult to achieve for some people than others. So encourage patience and understanding for these sisters and brothers. Many people are so disconnected they don't even realise that these shifts in energy are happening and that they should be making any effort or attempt to be changing their lifestyles in any way, shape or form from what they call the norm. But trust me when I say they will all have to change to evolve and survive at the end of the day. So they should start raising their own vibrations straight away.
Yeah, that's really great advice, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also, because I love it, because it's so heart-based at caring for others and being compassionate and understanding, and also patient with ourselves, with our own vibrations. But that's so apt because just this week I've begun changing what I'm eating, what I'm watching. So that's quite amazing. That this must be
spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, you know,
It generally is, because whenever I write it, it always feels like it's expressly talking to me. It's just, hello, this is what you need. You know, just do this and you'll be all right. So it seems intensely personal. But as soon as I share it, I mean, I shared it with 3 people yesterday, because I wrote it the night before. And you were one of them. And instantly they all said, oh my God, can I have a copy of that? Because it resonates so strongly with other people. It's because it's truth. It's universal truth, and it resonates on that level. So that, again, it connects you to something bigger than just yourself. And it's the sense of reconnection that people need. You know, and you see them, there's a lot of people who are just eating, trying to find satisfaction, trying to find fulfillment on some level. And they think it's hunger. They think it's your body is craving more nourishment. I mean, it may be craving more nutrition, but they just keep filling it, this empty pit, because that's not what they're needing. What they're needing is connection. And they don't understand that.
Yeah. And the connection with themselves. I've been called to train as a mind calm coach, meditation teacher, and body calm, which is it's phenomenal about healing the body by resolving inner conflict, actually. And so it feels like I want to be out there much more teaching now, rather than doing one-to-one healing, teaching, because these guys need to know this stuff.
Yeah, and then it empowers individuals, and that's what we should be doing, is empowering individuals.
Yeah.
So to take back their own power, to become the creators, which we all can be. That's what Thoth's always saying, you are all capable of being mighty creators, and that you are responsible for what's happening in your own world, because on some level, whether you know it or not, you are creating your own reality.
Everything.
So get in tune with yourself, become more aware of your thoughts and feelings, create the environment that you're living in, and take control as a creator.
Yeah, and that's just, I've just been reflecting back over, you know, when going back to the very first show we did, you know, which we called Planting the Seeds, which was on the 22nd of April, you know, and the fact that we're now on the 22nd of July. Look where we've come from, and all of the teachings that have come through, all of the writing that's come through you know, in those weeks. And it's just been like bearing witness to each step of the way, isn't it? And how we've reached the aspects, and how we're, for me, like, you know, we're talking about series 2 for us, because we like to look at it in blocks of 12, because we like 12, don't we? We can relate to a 12. And, you know, the 12th, for this series, it's like we're really going to be putting down the foundation stones, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Yeah. Actually, that's exactly what we're doing.
And that's interesting, because when you ladies started this, I hadn't even met you, Jill.
No, I know.
And I didn't even know about this. And now it's like I'm a part of it.
Totally.
So how quickly has that happened?
Yeah.
So all of these...
But you had the same connection that Kevin did today, when I first told you about Equilarium.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
Yeah, I kind of cried, I think, because and I shared with Kevin today that I always felt like I was here for a purpose, but never knew what it was. And Kevin said he felt the same, always here for a purpose, not quite knowing what it is. And then Equilarium came along, and I said, that's my purpose. That's the purpose for which I've been born in this lifetime, 50 years later.
Yeah.
So, so it's just amazing to find your own purpose and your own inner knowing. For all the listeners, everybody has a divine purpose. You've got a purpose for being here. You've got an important role, whatever it is. So listen to your heart. Listen to your soul's calling. And if your soul's calling links with us in any way, then please do get in touch on the website.
Because we get a real sense this is going to happen quite quickly.
Well, yeah, within the next year, this thing will be built.
Well, we've already started it. I mean, these are the stepping stones. Yeah. You know, and just Kevin coming in today. Wow,
he's a key player, isn't he?
He's definitely a key player.
It's almost like he's going to put the foundational stone in somehow.
Yeah, he's.
We were talking this morning actually about the building bricks.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes. So another week we're going to reveal that. It's about being able to sponsor a brick.
Oh,
we haven't even told you that yet. So we're talking about that. So we'll be inviting invitations for people to actually sponsor. So you can put like down $10 for one brick, and you can just be part of it, and you can have your name on it, and so that they go in. So it's a legacy that you can be leaving for your family, for your friends. That you could buy a brick in Equilarium for your future and for future generations, like laying it down for a grandchild, for the birth of a new baby, to lay down a brick in Equilarium.
That's you being actively creating your future.
Absolutely. When we took on board, instead of passively passing our presents.
Yeah. You're actively creating your future.
We're actively creating our futures, and that's what
I really got. That I could see some bricks just imbued with the energy of the Thoth teachings.
Yeah.
You know, and then we just spiraled off of that, didn't we?
Yeah, we
Because
did.
We got into like some really interesting creative stuff.
Yeah. So we encourage you all as listeners to actively form your own futures instead of passively passing your presents. That's fair enough, but the time has come to choose, as you said, to be a conscious citizen of the world and be aware that your thoughts and actions can impact hugely in a beneficial way for the rest of the world. So, think positive thoughts, take positive actions, be as kind and generous and patient with the people around you as you possibly can.
Yeah, speak positive words, because the words that you speak are a vibration. They go out into your energy field, and they go out into the energy field of the person that you're speaking to. So it will automatically do you service and everybody else.
As Thoth just said, speak your truth, be your truth. So, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, and we would love it. We've got a Facebook page, Equilarium FM, so if you would like to have a look on that and like our page, we would love you to just leave us a message as well.
And when I have broadband, I will be putting up those pieces of writing, which are very powerful, onto our Facebook page. But right now I can't access anything. But I will. Now I'm being more patient about it. Exactly. Being more patient with the whole understanding. So, thank you very much for joining us.
So until next week, stay golden.
Stay golden.
Stay golden. So we'll be raising vibrations.
We will.
Across the nation.
Across the nation.
On this hour.
Manifestations.
Woohoo! So I just have to say,
Namaste, Diddy.
Namaste.